Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ashok IT. I hope you are able to hear me and see my screen. Yeah, thanks. So, do we have anyone who joined who were not part of yesterday class only who joined today? I just wanted to know, do we have anyone who was the first day for this class today? You can unmute yourself or you can ping in the chat. Okay, sir. Okay, fine. Yeah. Some people are there. So actually this yesterday the demo classes for this 8, 9, 11 have been started. And yesterday we did not cover much. We have gone through the course content, fee structure, and the timing. Okay. So let me provide you the brief introduction about yesterday class, what we have discussed. And today we are going to get started with the Java 8 features, which is nothing but a interface changes of in Java 8. Okay, so without any delay, let's get started. So my name is Karthik. I'm going to facilitate this session for you guys. You can call me Karthik or sir, anything is fine. So under this course, we are going to learn Java 8, 9, and 11 features. So before getting into the details of course, so if you would like to know me about, I have around 12 years of experience and I'm working as a technical architect for one of the MNC. So I have been taking the different courses like data structures, algorithms, core Java, advanced Java, design patterns, 8, 9, 11 features for the Ashok IT. So I've been taking like around 15 to 20 batches, I would say, till now on the different topics. So I'm going to facilitate for this session on 8, 9, 11 features. Okay. So the first, the foremost thing, the prerequisite for this course is to have the core Java knowledge. So if you would like to part of this course, at least you need to know what is a class, what is an object, what are the OOP principles, etc. So having the core Java knowledge is a minimum expectation or prerequisite, I would say. So if you know the core Java, that's well and good. Even you don't want to be master in the core Java, at least you have a knowledge and at least you know how to write a class. What is a method? What is a class? What is a variable? What is encapsulation? What is polymorphism, etc. So I would say like a moderate knowledge on the core Java is a prerequisite. And then first we are going to get started with the Java 8 features. So in Java 8, so I have written just high level overview here, but we are going to cover the entire Java 8. Let me show you the Java 8 course content. So look at here. If you look at here, first we are going to look at what are the interface changes. What is a Lambda expression? What is the advantage of Lambda expression? How can I write a Lambda expression? Function interface, collection API changes, and there is a new topic called streams. So in the stream, there are different methods. For each and everything method we are going to look at. Post that we are going to look at the time API, concurrence API, and then optional class. So these are the things that we are going to look at under Java 8. Okay. So and then when it comes to the Java 9, we are going to look at in Java 9, from Java 9 onwards, Java has become the modularity. We are going to see what is a Java platform module system. And there is an interactive tool that is also provided by Java 9, which is nothing but a JShell. So apart from this, we are going to look at the enhancements of process API improvements. What is a process API? So example, I can give you that example that whenever you are, so in your company laptops or somewhere, if you open multiple Eclipse, sometime it will get stuck. Then what you do, you go to the task manager and end the Eclipse process. So that thing we can do even with a Java program. You don't need to go to the task manager. You just write a simple Java program and you can end the task. So that is what the process API improvements. So with the process API improvements, you can work closely with the operating system. So that is the beauty of the Java 9 feature. So we are going to look at that also through the programming and the try with resource. What does it mean? Diamond operator, optional class, there are some improvements, and stream API, some more new methods have been added in the stream API. So that means like take while, drop while, iterate, and then off nullable. So these are some methods that are added in the stream. So we are going to look at those. And then at the end, we are going to look at what are the advantage of having the private methods in the Java 8 interface. Sorry, Java 9 interface. From Java 9 onwards, in the interface, you can write a private method. Why am I writing? What is the advantage? And why I need that? So we are going to look at those, all these features under the Java 9. And post that Java 9, we are going to get started with the Java 11. In the from Java 11, it is so popular that because this is soon Java 8 is going to be Oracle. I think Oracle has already stopped the support for the Java 8. Soon, if you want to get a support from the Oracle, the minimum version that you need to have in the production system is Java 11. And it's from Java 8 onwards, Java has become the paid version. So everyone, you can see earlier, everyone is getting migrated to the Java 8. Now in the next 6 to 9 months, you can see all of your organizations will be migrated to the Java 11. So at that time in the interview, they might ask you, or they for sure ask you the questions on 9 and 11 as well. So that's the reason we are not covering only 8. We are also covering the 9 and 11, which will be the interview topics for the next 3 to 6 months. Because in the next, you might have seen all of your teams are working on the migration of Java, right? So under Java 11, we are going to write, we can, no need to compile the file directly, we can execute a file. How we are going to look at. So in the string class, there are some new utility methods have been added. Nested based access control, like nested classes, there have been something extra methods have been added. And HTTP client new. So we are going to create one web application and then look at what is the HTTP client. And then there is a new API called Flight Recorder, what it is. So we are going to look at all of these features in the Java 11. So I'm not stressing much on the content because each and every topic we are going to detail discuss. Like when I say stream API enhancements, in the Java 8, you can look at Java stream API, correct? So when I say stream API, there are many things. I haven't written all of those. You can see when it comes to the stream. So these are the things that we are going to cover. Look at here. What is a stream? How to create a stream operations, filter method, map method, sort, min, max, flat map, collect, find first, find last, group by or partition by, everything we are going to look at. If I mention all of these things, the content itself will become very big, right? So that's the reason I have given the overview. But we are going to detailedly discuss about each and every implementation with a practical program. Okay, I'm going to write a program in front of you guys and explain each and every topic for 8, 9, 11. So this is the course content. Coming to the timing, duration would be like around we are going to complete within 20 to 25 days. And the class timing is morning, everyday morning, 9 to 10:30 a.m. So the fee structure would be like 4,000 rupees for the fee. I'm going to provide the notes, and apart from the notes, we are able to provide. We are also going to provide the recordings. The recording access will be there up to 3 months. So recordings is free of cost. Whatever the class, even if you miss a class, you can listen to this video. You don't need to pay extra. So we are going to provide you the recordings for this all the days up to 3 months access. Does anyone has any questions on the new guys? Yeah, parallel stream also will be covered, Rawat, Krishna. So that is part of stream itself. See, whenever you say parallel stream, parallel stream also comes under, right? So we are also going to cover that. All the changes that are stream itself is a new. So everything that are present on the stream, we are going to cover. Whoever has joined newly today, do you guys have any questions on the course content of fee structure or timing? Any questions, anyone, the new guys? I'm just waiting for your response. Whoever has joined you, you can unmute yourself and speak, or you can put your response in the chat as well. Yeah, I hope no questions. So without any delay, let's get started. So today we are going to look at the Java, we are going to start with the Java 8. Okay. Now, before getting started with the Java 8, first of all, you need to, so in order to learn whatever the version, you need to install that version for it. So if I want to learn Java 8, what are the changes that are implemented and all? So first of all, I have to install the Java in my machine. So now the question comes, basic question comes, sir, how do I know whether the Java is installed in my laptop? The first question, how do I know whether the Java is installed in my laptop? You just go to the command prompt, open the run command, enter CMD. Okay. And then command prompt gets open. Once the command prompt gets open, what you can do is you just enter Java-version. Java-version. If the Java is installed, you will get the whatever the version. Okay. Here in my laptop, Java 11 is installed. Okay. Whenever the Java 11 is installed, automatically Java 11 will have the 8, 9, 10 also. All these features you can get it. Okay. So for example, if the Java is not installed on your laptop, you will get a command, you will get an output saying that unrecognized command. Whenever, so in order to know whether the Java is installed or not, you need to enter Java-version. Whenever you enter this one, if the Java is not installed, then you will get a command saying that unrecognized command. So you will get an error saying that unrecognized command like this. If you are getting unrecognized command, that means you in your laptop, the Java is not installed. So if sometimes it may happen that you might be using the Java 7 version or 6 version. Now the question comes, if I want to learn Java 8, the minimum Java version that you need to have in your laptop is anything 8 or greater version of 8. If you have 10, you can learn 8. If you have 9, you can learn 8 because 8 is the version, 9 has come after the 8. So that means 9 also will hold the features of 8. So you need to have the version which is greater or equal to 8. Now, so now there will be some specific question that how can I install Java 8 version? So what you can do is just go to Google, enter Java 8 download. Just go to Google Java 8 download. Okay. Now you will be taken to the Oracle website. Once you go to the Oracle website, you can see currently Java 18 is going on. Okay. This is the latest version. Now if you scroll down, you can see, are you able to see Java 8 and 11? So click on this Java 8. Okay. Now once you click on this Java 8, now it comes to your Windows operating system. Some people will use Apple laptop, right? Mac. So Mac will have like the Apple company laptops will have the Mac as a operating system, and some people will have the Linux. Some people will have the Windows. Now, so currently I have the Windows operating system. I'll click on this Windows. That means based on your laptop operating system, click on the soft operating system window here. Once you get it that, you need to look at this one, whether it's a 84 installer or 64. How do you get to know? You can look at on your My Computer. You just go to the My Computer, this PC, right click, go to properties. If you go to properties, you can see somewhere here, see it is mine is 64-bit operating system. So look at here, x64 processor. Okay. Now that means I can download this one. Okay. So first you need to go to the Google, just enter Java 8 download. You will be taken to the Oracle website. Whenever you click on this one, just click on this one. You will, so you have to click this and then click on download. Then it will go to the Oracle website. You just create an account and then click on download. Once you click on this download, in your downloaders, that Java 8 version will be downloaded. Yeah. Look at here. You can see this. This is the 11 version I have. Similarly, JDK 8, you will the soft like whatever you call it is will be downloaded in your downloads. Double click on this one and click next. Okay. Double click on this and click next. automatically Java will be installed. Once you have installed, previously whatever the command prompt that you have opened, close it, and then again go to the command prompt and click on Java-version. Now, once you have installed it, then you can see that whatever the version you have installed, earlier you may not have the Java, unrecognized command error you got. Now you will get a proper version. This is how you need to install Java in your laptop. Does anyone has any questions so far? Yeah, even if you are, see, that is what I'm saying. In order to learn Java 8, you can have the Java version 8 or anything greater than 8. Because whenever you say 17, 17 also will include 8 features, 9 features, 11, 12, 13, everything, correct? So you need to have the equal or greater than 8 version. And Vasant, you don't need to set the environment variables automatically. Whenever you install it, it is going to get set automatically. If you want, you can go to the My Computer, go to the advanced settings, and then you can set it. But whenever you do the installation like this, automatically the environment variable is going to set. Okay. Now the question comes. So after installation, you will get C. Now next question comes, sir. Where can I see that my Java is installed? By default, Java is going to be installed in your C drive, program files. Everyone has a program files x86 and program files. So by default, Java will be installed in your path like program files and then Java. See, this is the place. See, these many versions of Java is installed in my machine. So this is a place where the Java will be installed in your machine. Okay. Now assume that if you have installed Java 1.8_251, go inside this one. See, this is a place where your JRE will be there, bin folder will be there, everything will be there. So that means where the Java will be installed specifically in the program files Java folder. Okay, why am I telling this one? You will get to know soon. Okay, this is how you can download the Java version. Now, once you have downloaded, now what we are going to do, we are going to learn about the Java 8 features. The first feature that we are going to learn is interface changes. What are the interface changes that are happened in the Java 8? So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a workspace, new workspace. I hope all of you know what is an Eclipse, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that means you know how to download Eclipse and all, right? Where to download Eclipse.
Yes.
If anyone does not know, let me know. Okay, fine. So once you have an Eclipse, go to the Eclipse, go to the Windows, Eclipse. Okay. Now let me take the this one enterprise version. Click on this one. I'm just taking the latest version. So first we are going to create a workspace. So workspace is nothing but even in your projects also whenever you're working with Eclipse, automatically Eclipse is providing you Eclipse automatically does the compilation, right? If I write the 10 lines of code, automatically it will check. If there is a compilation issue, it will show immediately red color. But if you write the program in the notepad, will it show?
No.
No. So the reason that means like in the Eclipse, what is the beauty is whenever you write the code, automatically in the background, the compilation is happening. So that is taken care by the Eclipse. That means whoever the person that who has developed this Eclipse, so they are going to have some support files. So whenever you create a workspace, all the support files will be brought into that workspace. Workspace is nothing but a folder. Just time being, let me put 02 Java features. So this is the so in the documents, let me go to the documents folder. Document folder. See, I have 02 Java 8 feature, 02 Java 8, but I don't have the folder called 02 Java features. Now I am creating. Let me click on launch. Okay. So it is going to launch. Now let's click on the date modified. See, are you able to see Java 0 to Java 8 Java features folder. Let me, sorry. Yeah, here. This is 0 to Java features folder, which is created on 59, which is nothing but today. Let's click on this one and see what does it has. It is nothing but it's just a folder. So it has a metadata folder. What does this metadata? Who has created this one? Eclipse has created the metadata folder. So this metadata folder will contain all the support files, or whenever you want to download, or whenever you want some software to work as expected. So there are some support files, some files will be needed. All those will be there in the metadata. Okay, programmer will not have any programmer will not be creating, automatically Eclipse will create this. So post that, you will be going on, you will be launched on this window. Once you launch on this window, click on this hide, done. So now that means this is I have opened the Eclipse. Now the first thing that we are going to create is we are going to create a separate project. So Java project I'm going to create. In order to create a Java project, I'm going to the file, I'm clicking new, and then go to the other, just enter Java project. So Java project, select this Java project, click on next. So now I'm naming this project name as 0 to Java 8 features, because first we are going to start with the Java 8 features, right? So for each and every topic, like for Java 9, we are going to create another project. For Java 11, another project, because this code also will be shared with you guys. Next time, whenever you want, it would be easy. So the project name is 0 to Java 8. What is this 0 to? 0 to is nothing but this is this is a third batch, but whenever I could say that in middle we have taken only the Java 8 for when it is compared to 8, 9, 11, this is the second batch. So that's a batch number. Now here Java SE17. Now we have to select use an environment execution environment JRE. What I'm going to learn? I'm going to learn Java 8. So you can put the Java 8 version or 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, anything is fine. But don't put 17, don't put a 9 or beyond 9. The reason for that is from Java 9 onwards, the modularity has come into the picture. So what is a module? There is a file called module-info.java, which you are not aware at this point of time. So I request you all to put, whenever you are learning Java 8, put the Java 8 only. Put the Java 8 only, Java SE 8. Okay. Don't put 9 or 17. Put Java SE 18, 1.8. The reason for that is if you are putting the Java 9 or beyond 9, so there is a concept, if you are creating a Java 9 project or beyond 9 project, there is a concept of module. Now you will get a question, what is this module, etc. Right? So since you do not know, please don't go for that. Once I explain Java 9, you can create a project with a 9 or beyond 9 also. So I have created a using environment and then everything. Let me click on next. Let me click on, see once that is done, see this is how it is going to create. Let me click on finish. You can click a open perspective or no, anything is fine. So I can say that this is a project, first project I created. What kind of this project is a Java project. Now here, look at here, what is the JRE, which Java version this project is using? 1.8 Java JRE system library 1.8. Okay. Now let me create a package inside this one. Now com.ashokit.interface, or let me create one Java 8 features. I'm just creating a, sorry, I have mentioned wrongly. Instead of package, I have created. Yeah, if you have a Spring Tool suite, that is also fine. There is no condition that you have to use Eclipse only. You can use IntelliJ, you can use Spring Tool suite, you can use NetBeans, anything is fine. These are just what you call the environment, integrated development environment. You can use any development environment, you can get the work done. So I am putting the package name as com.ashok Ashok IT dot Java 8 features. Okay, I'm clicking on finish. So I created a package. Now let's create first class. First example. Now what we are going to do is we are going to look at the interface changes. Okay. Now before 1.8, can you guys tell me, can you write a what does the interface will have? What kind of a methods can be written in the interface?
Abstract methods.
Track method.
I'm putting less than 1.8. So in interface you can write only abstract
Only
methods,
abstract
right? Okay. Can you write any non-abstract methods?
No, sir.
No, no.
It is not possible, correct? It will directly throw the compilation error, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now first let's see. Now I have, can I say that in my whatever the project I have created, I'm using the Java 1.8. Whoever is not speaking, please go on mute. I can see the background noise. You can respond in the chat for my questions. Okay. Now here, so now whatever the project I am creating, I am using the 1.8 as a compile runtime environment. That means 1.8 version I'm using. Now let me create a interface. Let me create an interface name called test. I'm just creating an interface called test. Now let me maximize the size. Yeah. Now let me create one abstract method called public void display. Is this abstract method?
No.
Again, I repeat, is this
Yes,
abstract method? It's yes,
Yes.
it does
Yes,
not have the
yes.
body, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, if
Yes.
it is less than 1.8, let me write some other methods like default void show. This is out.
Sys O, it should be.
Yeah. Okay. Now, can I say that I have written non-abstract method here?
Yes, default.
Yes.
Now, and I have
Default.
saved it. Am I getting any compilation error?
No.
That means I am able to write some non-abstract methods in the Java 8 interface.
Yeah.
Right? Now, these are first. Now, then let me write static void add. I'm writing another method, which is a static method. And I'm just trying to check whether can I write the static method also in add method. Yes. Am I able to write static method also?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now let me write some private method. Copy this. Let's change it to private. Now, let me.
It should
Yes.
show some error.
So that means
error.
now can I say that I cannot write the private methods because it is showing the compilation error. Illegal modifier. It should be public abstract default static. That means only these are the access modifiers I can use it. Now can I say that this is not, writing a private method in the Java 8 is not possible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is possible in Java 9, which we are going to discuss later. Okay, now remove this one. Now can I say that from the Java 8 onwards, you can write a non-abstract methods in the interface. And what kind of a non-abstract methods you can write? It should be default or it should be static. Can you write a non-abstract method as a private? No. Don't worry about this. Why? What is the advantage of having the default and static method? We are going to discuss. But the first thing that I wanted to tell you is we can write default and static methods in Java 8 interface. This is the first statement I can say. So I'm using the Java 8 version. I'm not even getting a compilation error. So this is done. Now let us see why we need this default method, why we need this static method, or what are the advantages why they are using these methods. Now, for time being, let us comment these methods. Okay, I have commented. Now let me create a how can I use if I have an interface, how can I use that interface?
Can implement the class.
Yeah, we have to implement it. Let me create a class called example1. Example1 implements test. Now, whenever I am implementing an interface, what should I do?
You have to implement the methods of interface.
All the abstract method you need to override, correct?
Right.
Yeah, add unimplemented methods. Let me put here sys out in example1 display method. Okay, done. Now let me create one more class. Let me copy this and put it here, and I'm changing it to example2. I have created. Now let me put here. So example2 class also I'm implementing the interface. Okay. Let me create one more class called example3. So in the example3 also, so now can I say that in this project I have one interface and 3 classes are implementing the same interface? Yes. Now can this situation comes in your real-time project? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it comes, right? Now let's come back now. So for example, this is what it is present. Now, for example, in the real-time project, what happens is when you have been given some work, what you do generally, if you wanted to introduce one new abstract method in this interface, assume that you wanted to introduce one more abstract method, public void. Can someone tell me any method name? Anything?
Sure. Sure.
Show is already there. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me put subtract. Now you wanted to introduce one more method. So if I add for example, I am the developer. Already this interface is getting implemented in all these 3 classes. Now I am trying to write one more abstract method. Whenever I save this one, immediately it will throw the compilation error in all these classes, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So that means that means whenever you are introducing a new method, before Java 8, you can do only one abstract method only. Whenever you add abstract method, in whichever the classes this interface is implementing, all the classes you need to change the code, correct?
Yes.
You may or you may not need it. For example, I want to implement or I want to override this functionality in this subtract method. I want to provide the implementation only in the example2 and example3. But if I put it in the interface, I need to write the code in the example1 also. Whether I need it or not, I need to override, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that means this is some so then the next question comes, sir, don't put it in the interface. Directly you write this method implementation in 2 and 3. So I can write. But see, the same method I'm writing in 2 places. Am I following the reusability component? The
No.
inheritance principle of OOP principle inheritance is telling inheritance is able to provide you the reusability. But if I'm not implementing here and then writing the code in the example 2 and 3, I'm violating the inheritance principle, right? I mean reusability principle, correct? So the only thing that you can do is you can put the method in the interface. But the problem with the Java 7 interface is what you have to do. You have to implement that abstract method in all the places, whether you need or don't need, you have to implement it. So this is a problem. Now, in order to avoid this problem, the default method has come into the picture. Okay. Now, so if you are using a Java 8, so you don't need to create this. See, now this subtract method, I don't want to implement in all the classes. If I want to implement it directly, I'll keep it as a abstract method. If I want to provide this implementation for this, or I want to use this subtract method only in 2 classes, which is nothing but example2 and example3. And example1, I don't want to use it. So if that is my requirement, I should not create an abstract method, right? Okay, now what should I do? Now, instead of making this as an abstract method, Java 8 is providing one feature called you can add a default method, which we have seen around 2 to 3 minutes back. Now let's make this method as a default method. If you make this method as a default method and then write the logic here. Whatever the logic you want to write, you write it here. Okay. Now let me save this interface. Immediately when I save this interface, all these compilation errors will go. Look at here. Now, did I change the class? Did I change any code on the example 1, 2, 3?
No.
Now I just added one default method. If I want this default method to be overridden in only example 3 class, I can override it, or I can, whatever the implementation that is present in the interface, I can get it. Now, can I say that if you, so in your earlier, currently your project is having 1.7. In the interface, if you are trying to write another abstract method, all the classes, you need to modify it. So that means it is not having the compatibility, correct? Everywhere you need to change the code. But if you change the version to 1.8, 1.7 to 1.8, and that whatever the interface that you already previously have, instead of creating abstract method, you can create a default method. By creating a default method, what can I say? You don't need to touch the previous classes, right? Yes or no? By introducing a default method in the interface, are you touching the existing code?
No.
Did I touch the existing code? Example 1, example 2, example 3?
No.
There is neither a compilation error nor I have modified the code. So that means whenever you're writing a project in your project, whenever you're writing, will you select this option or will you select the earlier option?
Default.
The default option, whatever we have written now. So the advantage of having the default method is the default methods in the interface will provide the backward compatibility. The default methods in interface, Java 8 interface. Java 8 interface will provide backward compatibility. What does meant by backward compatibility? Let's see now. So if I am putting the method as an abstract, can I say that I have to change all the 3 classes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If I am putting it as a default method, am I changing the previous classes?
No, sir.
That means it is providing the compatibility, right? Previous classes also, right?
Yes.
But still, if I want to call this abstract method, I can call it. If I want to call this default method, I can call it. How we are going to call the default method, that we are going to see little later. But the advantage of having the default method in the interface is to provide the backward compatibility. In the interview, they might be asking, what are the changes that are happened to the interface? The answer you need to say, in the interface before 1.8, we can add only abstract method. From 1.8, we can add a default method and static method. Now the next question comes, what is the advantage or why the default methods are introduced in the interface? The default methods in the interface will provide the backward compatibility. If still he is not able to understand, write a code like this and then explain. Does anyone has any questions so far?
So default method is available to all the classes.
I'll come to that one. Yes, it is available. I'll come to that how to access this method. But so far, whatever I explained, any doubts? I'll come to that how to access this method, whether this method is available or can you override it and all. I'll come to that.
Okay, so my question is, whoever like in class at this.
I can't hear you.
Now, hello?
Yeah, there is some background noise. Can you put your question in the chat, please?
Sir, what about final methods in interface, sir?
Final methods, you cannot write final method. So,
Okay.
first of all, specifically, why do you write a method in the interface?
We provide all
Different
implementation.
implementations, right? So whenever see here in the example, see the display method is there here. In the example 1 class, I will write example 1 display. In the example 2 class, I want to achieve something different implementation, correct? So whenever you mention an abstract method in the interface, does the abstract method will have the body?
No, it doesn't matter.
No, it does not have the body. But whenever you are implementing in the class, whatever the logic in one class, I want to perform the addition under the display method. In another class, I want to perform subtraction. Can I do that?
Yes, sir.
That is nothing but an abstraction, right? So that means a method can provide different implementation. In order to achieve that, you are using an interface. Now, if you are making this method as a final, can you override the final method? It is not possible, correct?
Yes, sir.
A variable or a method of which is declared as a final cannot be overridden. So that's
So
the
if
reason
we
interface cannot have the final methods.
so if we
Variables
write
are
a
final.
compile time error, sir, or any errors coming?
Just
If we
write
final.
and then look at it.
Okay, sir.
It will throw the compilation error itself. Just look at it once.
So by default,
That is
it
not related to the Java 8. It is just a Java basic.
so if we not write anything, so by default, it will behave as an abstract method only, right?
Yeah, here in this signature, did I write to the abstract?
No, no.
No. Generally the interface, if you don't provide the body and if you put the semicolon, that method will be considered as an abstract method. You don't need to specifically put abstract. Even if you want to put, you can write it, not a problem.
Okay, so my question, next question is here, suppose we have written that default method here in test interface, right? So whatever implement class will return for that the interface, this substack will be available for all those
Yes.
implementation classes.
All those classes, it is available. I am going to explain that maybe in another next 5 minutes.
Okay, so this is that common feature we are providing to all the implementers. It means like, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Melvin, private methods, final methods, static methods cannot be overridden. Static methods, if you are trying to write in the parent and child class, that is treated as redefining the method. It is not a overriding. Yes, you are right. Okay. Now let's look at, let's come back to the example one. Now the advantage of having the default method is providing the backward compatibility, which is well and good. Now I want to access. So now here in the example one class is implementing the test. So if it is display is abstract method, I have to override it. So done. Now there is another method called subtract. Now the question comes, sir, how can I access this subtract method of an interface? Can I override this method? First question is, how can I access this interface subtract method? And next question is, can I override this subtract method? Yes. Now coming to the first question, generally, whenever you wanted to access a method, if it is a static method, how do you access a static method?
Using class name.
Using the class name. If it is an instance method, see this display, is it a static method or an instance method?
Instance method.
Yeah. How can I access the instance method?
Using
object.
I have to create an object and then access it. But now, can I create an object for an interface?
No.
No. Now the question comes, we cannot create an object, but how can I access it? Now let's look at here. Let me create one utility method here. Public void test. I'm just creating one method. Okay. Now, how can I access this test method? By creating an object for this example. Let me create an example one. Example one E1 equal to new example one. Now, can I say that I have created an object for the example class? Yes. E1 dot test. So can I say that E1 dot test? Can I say that I will go to this test method? Now, done. Now in this test method, what I will do is, what is my interface name? Test. So in order to access the default method in an interface, the syntax is interface name followed by super keyword followed by method name. So this is a signature to access the default method present in the interface. Now what is the interface name here? Test, correct? Let me modify this method name to something else. Let me put ABC because you don't have the, okay. Now what is the interface name? Test followed by super keyword followed by what is the default method name? Subtract, correct? Are you able to see this? Yes. Now let me run this program. What is the subtract method? Inside the default method, inside the test interface. Whoever is not speaking, please go on mute. Default method. Now let me go to the example one and then let me run this program. If I run this program, Look at here, inside the test interface default method. That means from the class, from the example class, am I able to access the default method present in the interface?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. The signature, the structure. Now the question comes, how do you access the default method present in the interface? The signature or the structure is interface name followed by super followed by the default method name. So in order to access the default method, this is the syntax you need to use. So what is the interface name here? Test. What is the super keyword we have to use? And then the method name is, default method name is subtract. So this is how you can call the default method present in the interface. Now the question comes, so why are we creating this ABC method, correct? Why can't I put this directly, this method in the main method itself? Yes or no? Does anyone has any question on this? Why can't I do like this, correct?
Yes.
Why am I creating a ABC separate method? Why am I writing there? Why can't I do it here, correct? Okay. Now, can you guys tell me, from a static method, can you access a non-static method?
No, we can't.
Now, here in the test, is it a static method interface?
No.
No, it is
No.
a non-abstract method and non-static method, correct? Yeah. Now, when it comes to the main method is what? Is a static method. From a static block, can you call another static method only, right?
Yes.
So that's the reason writing like this is not possible in the static method. So what is the other way I can do? I have to create an instance method. Now, how did I create an instance method? Which is nothing but ABC is an instance method. How to call this method? By creating an object. And then inside this instance method, I'm calling the interface default method. This is how. Hope you understand, right?
Yes.
Is it clear, guys, till now?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Please provide your response in the chat if you are clear. Or you can unmute and you can
Yes,
say yes,
sir.
no, yeah, fine. Now let's get back to, so that means, so here, whenever I'm overriding, I'm getting a backward compatibility. For example, in the earlier example, I said, in the example 2 class and example 3 class, I want to get some, so that means every time if I want to get the some logic to be executed. So then what I will do, that logic, I will put it in this default method. And by calling this interface name dot super dot default method name, I will get that logic. But in some scenarios, I don't want to do that. In the example 2 class, I don't want to get the, I want to call the abstract subtract method, but I don't want to get that behavior. I want to do something else. Now the question comes, can I override the default method? Whatever the default method present in the interface, can I override it? Okay. Now let's see. See, I'm writing. Okay. Now, whenever you are overriding, if you are calling like this, again, you are overriding the method, but you are calling the same interface now. You don't need this, right? Let me write this out. Example 2 class overridden subtract method. Now, whenever I say main method, now let me create a example 2 object. E2 equal to new example 2. E2 dot subtract. Now, what will be the output? Can someone tell me? Will this be a output from the interface or from the method example 2 class?
From the example 2 class.
Now, can I say that I am overriding the default method also? Am I overriding the default method present in the interface?
Yes.
Yeah, that means if you want, you can override it. If you don't want, if you want the predefined whatever the behavior that is present in the interface, that also you can get it. How can you get that predefined behavior? Interface name dot super dot default method name. But if you want to override specifically, you can override that as well. That means the method that is present in the default method that is present in the interface can be overridden in the implementing classes. So, and next question is, whenever you are implementing an interface, this default, whatever the default method present in the interface, it is available to all the classes. See, you are overriding here. Okay. Now in the example 2, you have overridden. So sometimes you want to call this one, sometimes you want to call the interface one. If I want to call the interface one, let me create one more method. public void something. I'm just creating some method. Now in this method, see, in this, I am overriding the subtract method. Whenever I create an object for this example2 class and call this method, this overridden method will be executed. But in some scenarios, I want to call the interface subtract method. How can I do it? Just same thing. Interface name dot followed super dot default method name. That's it. That means if you want to access the interface default method, always you need to use this signature. If you want to override the method, then also you can do that.
Only logic will come, right? Inside you're creating, you're calling like inside a method tested super substance,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yes.
Just calling logic, right? Okay.
It will call the subtract method of an interface. And whatever is mentioned over here, that will be executed.
Okay.
My one question here is, okay, so through that method only we can call them, right? So it will be the first statement, or we can write anywhere in that method?
Anywhere. It does. See, okay, you're asking that question because there is a super keyword. That's the reason you're asking, right? Now
Yes.
that statement valid only for constructor. In the constructor, this keyword or super keyword, any out of these two, anyone should be in the first line, correct?
Okay.
But here there is no condition. Here you are calling the default method, right? It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It is just calling a method.
Okay, and if suppose if there any parameter I need to pass that that default
Yeah,
method,
see here. You can see here
that would be possible. Yes. Okay.
into
So
I.
that's-
So it's just you are calling a method. Look at here. I'm getting a compilation error. I have to pass the
yeah, I pass the parameter as well.
see, that parameters comes like you see whenever you're overriding into I. Whenever I want to call, I have to pass that value, right?
Okay, and
Yes.
can we also not okay, got it. Thank you.
It is as simple as the normal method calling, etc. Okay. So now this is the now we have learned what are the methods that you can write in the interface Java 8. You can write static method, you can write default method. Now, what is the advantage of having the default method in the Java 8 interface? It will provide the backward compatibility. What does it meant by the backward compatibility? When you create one interface, and if that interface is getting implemented in multiple classes, if you do not have the Java 8, by creating, you can only create abstract method. By creating abstract method, you need to change the code in all the implemented classes. But with the Java 8, if you introduce a default method, you don't need to change the code in all of those classes. So this is nothing but a backward compatibility. Now the question comes, how can I access the default method present in the interface? The syntax for that is interface name followed by super keyword followed by the default method name. Can I write this statement in the main method?
No.
No, because main method is a static. From a static context, you can call another static method only, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, can I override the default method present in the interface?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So at the same time, I can override if I want, I can call the parent interface default method as also, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is about the default method, why the default methods have been created, what is the advantage, etc. Now let's look at static method. Okay. Now, so now I can say, let me uncomment this code, static method. Let me first discuss about how to call the static method, etc. Okay. Can I override the static method and all? Then at the end, I am going to tell you what is the advantage of having this static method. Okay. Before 1.8, can you write a static method in the interface?
No. No.
From 1.8 only we can write.
Yes.
Now, the question comes how to access this static method. Here in this interface, I have a static method called add. Now, how to access this static method? Generally, in a class, if you have a static method, you will use the class name, correct? Now,
Yes.
similarly, in the interface, you have a static method. In order to access static method present in interface, what we should do? Interface name dot method name. This is same as calling the static method of a class. If you want to call a static method present in a class, what do? class name followed by the method name. Okay. Now, if you want to call the static method present in interface, what you should do? Interface name dot method name. When I say method name, what is whatever the static method name? Okay. What is the interface name here? Test. What is the, see, whenever you enter test and then puts dot, automatically the compiler is showing you the suggestions. What this add method? Is it a static method or not?
Yes.
Yeah, this is how you can call the static method. How to call the static method of an interface? Interface name dot static method name. Okay, this is how you can call it. Now the question comes, can I override the static method? First of all, leave about the interface and all. Can you override the static method in the inheritance, parent and child classes?
No. No.
Why? Why can't we override static method?
By using the class name, we need to whereas it is interface, it is written in the interface. So you can't
No,
able to-
leave about this topic. Leave about this topic. I'm talking, you have a class called A. You have a class called B. B extends A. I have an inheritance relationship.
Okay.
Now I have a static method in the A class. Can I override the same method in the B class?
No.
Static method. Now
Static
static
methods
method
cannot
use,
be inherited.
yes. May I know the reason?
Because static
You cannot create an instance of that.
And
One
You
person
cannot
at
have
a
an
time.
instance of that.
Okay. Any other?
It belongs to class.
Yes.
You cannot
What?
over-
Yeah. It belongs to a class, but what does it mean?
You cannot create an instance of that, and that is the reason you cannot have it in the inheritance, right? Because
Yeah.
you
So-
cannot create.
Let me tell you the importance. Here, okay. Let me, instead of having a static variable, can I override the static variable?
no,
Okay. Why?
actually in the memory, the
Yes. You're coming to the right, close to the answer. You are able to see my screen, right?
yes,
Okay. Now, for this class, let me create two objects. Test t equal to new test. T1 equal to new test. Okay. Now, how many times the employee name variable gets a memory and how many times the employee ID variable gets a memory?
one and time, single time.
Employee ID get one time and employee name get 2 times. Here 2 objects are there.
Yeah. So whenever you are creating an object, all the instance variables will get occupied, memory occupied in the heap area. So assume that this is a heap area. Here T is one object, correct? So
Yes.
whenever you say, assume that this is a T, okay, which is referring to T, and this another one is T1. Okay. Now whenever you create a object, all the instance variables will get occupied the memory. Here, employee name memory will be occupied. It's a string variable. So maybe take 8 bytes or something. Okay. Here also employee name, it will get occupy the memory. Okay. For instance variables inside a heap or the memory gets allocated. When it comes to the static variables, the memory gets allocated in the Java stack area. So this static variable does not belong to a object. It belongs to a class. Only one. See, for example, here, the employee ID, here the variable will be allocated with a value. For example, if I say that t dot employee ID equal to 10. So that value will be holding here in the memory, the value will be holding 10. Okay. I'm using the T reference. Now later I will do T1 dot employee ID equal to 50. The previous 15 will be overridden by 50. Both the objects will see the value as 50 because it is not per object, it is per class. So because whenever you are creating a static variables, the memory will be allocated for the static variable during the class load time. During class load. It does not, if it will not even look at a main method whenever after the compilation, whenever you run the program, the class loader, there is a concept of class loader. During the class loader, there are different phases: load, link, initialize. During the load, link, initialize phase, all the static variables will get initialized and memory will be occupied. Static variable does not belong to an object. Static variable belongs to a class. So in this class, how many static variables are there? One, employee ID. For this employee ID, memory will be allocated. You can access this static variable using a reference name or class name. Even whatever the reference that you use, it belongs to a same class. So that's the reason whatever the variable that you have written, that will be overridden. That means the updated value will be available. So this is about a static variable. Now, when it comes to the method, the question that I asked, your parent class is having a method called add, which is a static method. In your child class, you are having a method called add method, which is a static method. It looks like a overriding, but that is not called as a overriding, because whenever you are calling the static method, you will use the class name. So my parent class will have a different name, my child class will have a different name, obviously, correct? So that is called as a redefining the method. It is not a overriding. Similarly, in my interface, there is a static method called add. Now let me write the add method here. Let me write add method only. Same. Let me copy this method. Same static method I am writing here. Now can I say that is it a overriding? If it is a overriding, you need to put this annotation, right? If you put this annotation, it will immediately the compiler will throw the compilation error. Look at here. See, it is showing the error. What does it mean?
Redefining the method.
Class name is
Yeah.
different.
That means overriding is not possible for static methods.
Static method.
But if you are putting, you see, my class also has the add method. My interface also had the add method. That it does not mean that you are overriding it. It means that you are defining.
Redefining.
The add method you are defining in the interface. The add method you are defining in the example1.class. So now here, how do you call this add method? Can I say that example class name where this add method is present? Is it an interface or class? It's a class. How do you
Class.
access this? Example1 dot
Example
that add method.
method.
Now, how do you access the interface method? Interface name dot.
class.
Interface name dot
Static method name.
Now,
Static
are you able to differentiate this?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So the question, when someone is asking you, can you override the static method present in the interface? The answer is no. Static methods are not overridden. The reason for that is static method does not belong to a class. Sorry, does not belong to an object. Those are belongs to a class. The static method, static variables will be occupied by the memory during the class load time itself. Okay. Does it understood, guys?
Yeah.
Everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's look at what is the advantage of having the static methods. Now we have looked at what is the advantage of default methods, etc. Now the question comes, what is the advantage of having the static methods? Now, do you guys know array list?
Yeah.
Is the array list synchronized?
Yes, they are synchronized.
Any other answer? Anyone?
No, not synchronized.
Not non-synchronized.
Not synchronized.
Yeah.
Yeah, array list is not synchronized. Correct.
Yes, yes.
The answer is right. Yes. Okay. Now let me create new array list. Okay. Now L dot add 10. When we are discussing about the concurrence API enhancement, that time we can discuss about what is the synchronization and all. There are so many questions. What does exactly mean the synchronization, right? I can explain that at the time of concurrent API. So assume that this is a list. Now I want to make this array list, this L object as a synchronized. What should I do?
From the collection class, there is a method. Synchronized
Method
list.
is there. Synchronized list.
Collections, right? Is it a collection or collections?
Collections.
Collections.
Collections dot synchronized list.
List.
Okay.
List.
Now here, by passing this one, can I say that this is becoming a synchronized list, correct? Now, so why they have created this collections class? So now here in Java, we have one interface called collection and we have a class called collections, correct? Agree? This is an interface. This is a class. Agree, guys? The
Yes.
first one is the interface, the second one is a class. Now, Can someone tell me why we have the class? Collections class, why do we have? Yeah.
So we have
Yeah, I can see some
collections
answer is
method.
utility class. Yes. So
Yes.
if you look at the collections class, all the methods, see, can you write, so before 1.8 in the interface, can you write non-abstract method?
No.
So that means only in the collection interface, the possible method that you can write is only abstract methods.
Abstract methods.
Okay, but array list is not synchronized. If I want to make it synchronized, I need to, so Java providers has no other option to write a class. So they have written a class, correct? Collections class they have written. Inside this, they have written a static method. Synchronized list is a static method, right? That's the reason I'm using the class name. So look at here. It's synchronized list. So this is a static method. That means they in the interface they cannot write a method, so non-abstract method. What they have created just for this purpose, they have created a class, and they created a separate method, and then using this class name you are accessing it. Correct? Now, just to create some non-abstract method, you are going to create a class, right? So that means, like, can I say that this is unwantedly I am creating? Yes or no?
Yes, definitely.
But now going forward, if this kind of a requirement is there, so in the collection, this synchronized list is a static method. So going forward from Java 8 onwards, if you want to get this kind of a behavior, do you create a class or interface itself? You can do the static method.
Create a class.
Okay. Any other answers, anyone?
In interface itself, we can create a static method.
Yeah. So that means earlier, before 1.8, that feasibility was not there, correct? So that's the reason, just to create the utility methods, they have created a separate class. But from 1.8 onwards, you can create a static methods. By creating the static methods, the interface will allow the static methods. Now, can you say that you are reducing create one class? And what does the static method is containing? These are the utility methods. So the advantage of having the static method in the interface is to provide the utility. Like, you can write any of the null checks or any utility methods you want to write, you can go for a static method in the interface. So for example, now similarly, whenever the next Java version is present. So even if you look at there are some functional interfaces, there are some, let's look at this collection interface itself. See here, this collection is an interface. Now in this Java 8 itself, you can see some static methods. See, default method is present. Let me look at yeah, look at here. List is an interface. So there is a off method that is created in the Java 1.8. So can I say that this is a static method? If you want to create this kind of a functionality before 1.8, what you have to do? You have to go to the collections class, or you have to create a new class. So that means the the usage of static method is to provide the utility methods. The introduction of static methods in the interface has provided the extra feasibility to add the utility methods. Hope you understand, guys.
Sir.
Any questions, anyone? Okay, so that's the topic about what are the interface changes that are happened in the Java 8. Okay, in the interface you can write default method and static methods. So I'm going to share the notes as well. Like, once you enroll for this course, I'm going to share the notes as well, guys. So this is how we will have the class every day, not only today. So today, have you guys seen me writing the program and explaining the concept?
Yes.
Yeah, the same fashion we will follow for entire course. Okay, we are going to write a program and then explain through the program. So, and post that, I'm going to share, if you enroll for this course, whatever I taught here in the class, that is mentioned in the clearly in the notes as well. What is the advantage of having the default method? I've given you one example also. Instead of example 1 class, I have written a class name as ABC. Okay, see here, to call the default method, interface name dot super dot method name. What is the advantage of static methods? Interface name dot method name, right? So this is about a interface changes. Now, in the next class, we are going to get started with a lambda expression. So we are going to see what is a lambda, what is the advantage of a lambda, how can I create a lambda, what is a functional interface, what is a functional programming. So everything we are going to look at through the programming. Yeah, Bhuvanesh. So this course is about Java 8, 9, 11. So we are going to completely look at the Java 8, 9, 11 features. So the fee duration, the course duration is between 20 to 25 days, or it may go here and there, like another 3 days may be extended. But within a month, I'm going to complete. Now the class timing is every day 9 to 10:30 a.m. and the fee is 4,000 rupees. I'm going to provide the notes as well as the programs. And the recordings will be having the access up to 3 months.
Karthik,
Yeah,
I already
4,000 with
enrolled.
notes. Yeah.
Karthik, I already enrolled. For this, I can get a notes.
Yes. Just wait for another 2 or 3 days. See here, like once multiple people have been joined, then what we can do is we are going to create a Telegram group. In the Telegram group, I can share the notes together. Like even though you have, we are not yet completed the 9 and 10, 9 and 11, I'm going to share the complete notes so that even we did not complete, you can refer it. And whenever you go for an interview, it will be useful for you guys. And whatever the program see here, we have written this program, right? This entire code will be shared with you guys. Now here, yeah. So now here, by looking at the class name, you can understand. See here, what is the class name? So here for this one, these are the interface changes. Now tomorrow we are going to look at the lambda expression. So for that lambda expression, I'm going to write another class. Stream example. I will create the class name as a stream example. Later, whenever you want, you go to that class and then look at the examples. So this code also will be shared through you guys through the Telegram group and the website also. And I hope you guys have got an email from the Ashok IT yesterday, right? On the how to do the enrollment and what is the process, etc.
Hi Karthik.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi Karthik. This is Sohini here. Actually, I did not get. I have enrolled for this. I'm attending this one from my friend's login actually. So if you can share the number so that I can contact them, and I would like to enroll for this course.
Yeah. So what you can do is, let me go to the Google and type Ashok IT Tech. So you have, what is the email ID that you have given?
My email ID I have given. Boral Sohini.
So today, so whatever the email is for this Zoom link, whenever you are joining that Zoom link to this class, right? Whatever the email ID that you have given today, again, all of you guys are going to get an email today also from the Ashok IT. Okay, in that email, they are going to provide you the yesterday's session and then today's session and how to do the payments.
Okay, but the thing is, I have enrolled yesterday, but I did not get any mail. So I got the link from my friend and I'm joining in that same link. So
okay, fine, not an issue. We'll make sure that you will get it. You just put your email ID in the chat only to me.
Okay, sure.
Okay, you can see Karthik. You just put that email ID, and or what you can do is in the Google just type Ashok IT Tech. Okay. And then click on this first website, ashokittech.com. So you can look at here. So you can contact on this number. Okay. Like just mention that you wanted to join for Java 8/9/11 batch and call this number. Automatically, they'll get back to you.
Okay, sure. I'll call it. Thank you.
Sir, tomorrow also do we have
Yes.
this demo session, or else it will be normal?
Yeah, we have the demo class tomorrow as well. Tomorrow also you can join and listen. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about the lambda expression. So which is very good, which is very important topic because that is where everyone gets confused. So I hope I'll make that interesting. So tomorrow you can join, you can listen, not a problem. And tomorrow will be the last day for the demo. So if whoever is interested, please join to the demo classes. If possible, we'll try to put another demo on the Monday but I cannot assure you that point at this point of time. If you're interested, you can join.
Oh, Saturday. they
Oh,
take class.
yeah.
Saturday
Okay.
and Sunday, we don't have a class. This Saturday and Sunday, generally, it depends. Like whenever there is a class on the Saturday, I will inform you guys ahead of the time so that you can plan. Because we have the short window, right? Within 1 month, we are going to complete. So if I don't want to drag it, so if there is this Saturday we don't have a class, maybe next Saturday we might have a class, but I'm going to inform you ahead of the time.
Sir, one more doubt. Like, if we attend this session, right? So again, you'll be taking another Java 8.9 session. So can we attend that session also, or else we have to pay separately for that session?
If you order one biryani from hotel, will you get the second biryani free of cost? It
No,
is
I
as
mean,
same as that, right?
no, I mean to say some sessions will be, I mean, some classes we may attend
No,
like
no,
that.
it
I
is
mean, for
nothing like that. No. So see here,
okay.
you are joining for this course. This has a start date, end date, correct? So if you
Okay.
pay for this, you can listen to the videos up to 3 months. How many number of times you want, you can listen to the videos. Okay, but
Okay.
if in future, maybe currently now September, maybe in future if I am taking the December, at that time you're not allowed. You're supposed to pay again. That is how the company
Yes,
also, right? Whenever if I work for the month of September, they don't pay you the September salary again in the December, right? Yeah.
And one more
Okay.
question that today, like class video will get that as a.
Yeah. So after the class, on your email, you are going to get an email from the Ashok IT. So in that email, you can see the yesterday link and today's link also. You can watch that again.
Okay. Thank you.
Enroll people only get, right?
No, everyone, whoever is present in this today's class, everyone will go, or whoever has present yesterday also, all of those will get it.
Okay, I have
Because
not
see
received.
here, whenever you join for this Zoom link, you might have given some email ID, right?
Yes.
That email ID, you are going to get an email. If you give the email ID wrongly, we cannot do anything for that.
Oh, okay.
I think you have given wrongly, might be.
No, actually, I have a Ashok sir student.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So you have to provide the email ID you are going to get. Or if you are nearby the institute, just go and talk to the admin, you will get it.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys?
So this 4K is with video, correct?
With videos, yes.
Okay.
Don't worry, Bhuvanesh. I understand that whenever you are joining other courses,
yes.
they might say that for videos extra they are going to charge.
Yeah,
I can assure you, or I can guarantee you that 4,000, including the videos, including the notes, and the video access will be there up to 3 months.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any questions, anyone?
Thank you.
Yeah, if no question, that's all for today, guys. I can 100% say that the teaching would be in the practical way, entire course. And this is not the first time I'm teaching. This is the third time I'm taking this batch, especially these features. I've taken around another 15 to 20 batches. So I know how to complete within 1 month. I know what are the programs to be written, everything. I do my practice before you guys. Even though I know the topic, but I don't neglect it because you're getting paid and you're paid for this course, right? I have to make sure that you are getting the proper knowledge. So don't worry about that. I'll be teaching in the practical way. That means like other institute, you may not find this. At the end of the course, you may share your feedback. Yeah, if no question, that's all for today, guys. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day.
Thanks, Karthik.